Let's talk about how to reduce noise from spillwater pipes that are horizontal in the plenum cavity above the suspended ceiling. Let's get to it. So this is what I'm talking about. You have a room, and then there's toilets on the floor above. That doesn't look like a toilet. I don't know what I'm doing here. How does a toilet look? Something like that, I guess. And then the pipes, they go down and they go off to the side like this. And then you have a suspended ceiling here. Some kind of mineral wool, porous absorber ceiling. And when you pull the thing here, there's quite a lot of water that is set in motion that goes down in the junk coming down through the spillwater pipe. And that will create noise. And it's also quite an annoying type of noise, that is. So if you have, well, how do you deal with it? Well, first you have to decide. You have to check what kind of requirements do we have in this room. So if it's like a less sensitive room, then it's no big worries. But perhaps there's a working room. Could be an office or a conference room. That would be quite annoying if you hear that kind of stuff. And if it's a classroom, then it would be even worse because they're even more sensitive and strict. So there are a couple of ways to solve this. And one of them could be to sweep. No, it's not sweep. Line the pipes and put some kind of heavy lining. I don't know, perhaps 20, 50 millimeters in extreme cases, perhaps with heavy stone wool. That's one option. Because that good thing with that is that you also attack the problem by the source, which is always a good idea. That's where you get the best and cheapest solution. You usually go to the root of the problem. But then sometimes this is not enough. But it also a factor that is important is what kind of suspended ceiling do you have here? If it's a 20 millimeter ceiling, you get a little bit of reduction, but not that much. If it's a 40 millimeter one, situation improves a little bit. But if it's a very sensitive room and it's critical, then you might want to go for something like Rockfon Sonar or Ecofon Combizone Duo or something like that. And what that is that it's a kind of it's either a layer of gypsum with a 40 millimeter absorber on the bottom like this, and it's a system with plates that you can put up in a grid. Or the other one I mentioned, the Rockfon variant, I think is with various densities. So it's like heavy stone wool on top and then a lighter one beneath. So it's the same principle, both of them. But these one have both sound absorption, both absorption in this wool, and in the gypsum you got isolation. So remember that damping and isolation is two different things. And when you do one of these, let's say you go for this Combizone Duo variant. So you got the absorber 40 millimeter, but then there's also a layer of gypsum up on top here. Now you get sound reduction as well. And this is good. Now you're probably gonna get an improvement down here. But there is an important thing that you must not overlook, because when you do this, you will create a cavity here, which is resonant. You will have a resonant frequency that is bouncing up and down between here. Goes up and down. Certain wavelengths have, they are like multiples of this distance up here. So you will have sound bouncing up and down like crazy here. So you might have to add some more absorption. Perhaps if you got some 45 millimeter mineral wool and you put it up here, flush to the ceiling, then you can also kill this one. It's gone. So you see, it gets more and more complex the more stuff you add, but it all comes down to what's the requirements. How quiet do you need to get it down there? And these are some of the options that you should consider if you got the horizontal one. The best thing, of course, is to locate these things differently. So you only have not sensitive rooms below. But that's not always the case. And in that case, you have to do something about it. So, and in today's video, I'm wearing my favorite green jacket with a gray shirt and this little cool, I think they're called Stockholm cravat. It's pretty cool design. I have tons of pocket squares from them. I find them very, very stylish and useful. And this is so cool. It's so simple and easy. Green, burgundy, gray lines, and then you have a gray shirt. So you just tie it all together. So it's simple. Simple as pie, I think you say in English. Green eyes, green jacket, also a safe bet. See you later.